Please stand by waiting for YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Thank you. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Welcome to the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, a system where tracking is king. And like I always say, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget and play responsibly. Don't play out of need or greed. Play for fun. Alrighty. PICK-3 is set up for luck and not a real method or a strategy, but we do use the law of average and tracking the actual 1,000 numbers where you're never guessing what the numbers are doing. You know the numbers' behavior by tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And what I did, I took 22 numbers, did the 111 rundown on 22 numbers, when now you have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combination. I call it PPP, pencil, paper, and patience, that you can track the actual 1,000 numbers at a glance and see what's going on with them. So if you would, you want to start the chat. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat, and I will answer your questions. This video will be uploaded live. Okay, after the live will be uploaded, so any of your questions will be answered. All right, thank you.
All righty. How is everyone today? Let's see what we have here. Okay, where are we at here? Where is it at? Okay, here we are. Let's see what I got going on here. All right. I'm going great, Carolyn. How are you? Hey, Teresa. Okay. Okay. Still no 1-1 pair of Michigan. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It'll open my eyes to a lot of things. Excuse me. Hey guys, I'm live. Grandkids in. But okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right, welcome everyone. How's everybody? Any questions or anything? What's going on today? Let's see. It's working right. I'm working, Teresa. Nashville. Okay. Glad to have you with us, Nashville. So if you're not familiar with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, pretty much what it is a tracking system that I put together where I took 22 numbers and did the 111 rundown on 22 numbers and came up with all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. That's why I said that we're the home of no tic-tac-toes, no date sums, no root sums, no patterns, no multiple different rundowns and workouts, because with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, I track the actual 1,000 numbers. That way you can see what the numbers behaviors are actually doing. Like in Michigan, I'm using Michigan as a perfect example that no 1-1 pair has fallen tomorrow. It'll be for a full year. I haven't seen that before. I haven't. out of tracking now for 15, 20 years or better. Since I came up with my own strategy of tracking, I can usually look for a pair within, I know about 120 days or so. That's the longest I've seen them go out. They probably go out a little more, but for a whole year, I'm believing it's something awfully well. I know to me it's off from the law average, which I use, and I suggested everybody that's playing 1-1 pair midday keep your save your tickets. There's something off. I can't, I know the lottery is random, but over the law average works that over a period of time, the numbers will fall on an average. And that's not right now happening to me in Michigan midday. Because if you go to the lottery post and you compare the 1-1 pair falling on evening compared to midday, it's a big variance. So you can see how they line up. Or even if I can go back 15 years where I was in Missouri and go back 15 years and see that I haven't seen pairs that took a year out. I haven't seen that. Single pairs. And that's one of my strategies. Strategy number 2, where I can track all the single pairs. And those single pairs can take um, uh, is a half a million. It's 499,000 exact pairs to those 1,000 numbers in PICK-3. See what I'm saying? So I I can't say it's not possible that something could not be off, but I'm really almost assured something is way off. I know it's to me way off with the law average. So I would say my tickets, and I said the other day in Michigan, I would definitely be playing triple ones. I'd definitely be playing triple ones in Michigan midday. Now they could fall evening. That's fine. I'm not worried about evening because I'm not tracking evening. Hey Aaron, how you doing? I'm not worried about evening. I track everything separate. I track midday separate from evening, even separate from midday because the numbers behaviors are going to be different. Texas got 4 draws. I would track all those draws separate to see what's going on individually with each draw. Some states got 3 draws. I only do evenings because one, to manage budget better, and if you imagine well, you'll do well with the draw that you're on. Now you can always increase if you want to go to midday and do both of them, but I wouldn't take on no more than 2 draws because it can get pretty expensive, and you don't want to get yourself in a financial bind with these numbers, and it's easy to do because you would think that it's so simple to hit just pick 3 numbers, and it's not when you got 1 in 1,000 odds on the bad boy. And it's the only one that I do because I can track it on paper. I can't track pick 4s and pick 5s and all that stuff on paper and think that I'm going to win. And it's the lottery is based off of luck. It's not based off any perceived strategy that you win at, and you have to keep that in mind. And with this AI, I don't know if the state's gonna start using AI to pick these numbers, and if they do with me, it's game over. It's game over. Because they can pick these numbers and see all the numbers everybody play, they can pick the number that's going to pay out the least. So ain't no sense to me even trying to work it with the law average or any method to me, because that would be no avail. Because in a matter of seconds, AI can tell them what's the least number to play and pay out the least. So you can't really go with that. But like I said, I would definitely play the triple ones on a continuous basis. The last number that came out too, usually from my tracking, was that 116. I would definitely play that one for midday. And then the 19 pair here has failed every, and that's what I mean by tracking. You're not guessing what the numbers are doing. You know what the numbers are doing. And I'm only doing this with Michigan because of this very reason here, that this 1-1 pair hasn't failed. Tomorrow be for a year, midday. But the 19 failed every month for this year. So I would definitely be playing the 19. And that's basically what I would be looking at as a whole is, let me do it here, and willing it. And you might not be able to play these all, but you have an idea what I'm talking about. My daily carries would be, I would definitely play this triple ones for as many draws as I could. Some states get multi draws each day. Illinois gives you 6 days that you can draw. So I would play with that 1-1 pair for 6 days if I was in Michigan. I'd play this 116 if it was the last number to come out with the 1-1 on it for midday. I'd play that straight box. If I make it daily or 50 box, like that, I make it 50 box. And then I'd play the 119 and 199. Now, these would be basically my daily carry numbers. I wouldn't put a lot of money into it right now. Now, if I hit the triple ones, I load up on these here, 119 and the 199 and the 116. I start loading up on everything with a 1-1 on it. And if you're willing it, you do the 190, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 198, 199. And then again with the double ones, I do 110, 111 is the triple ones quite naturally, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119. Now this would be my playlist of numbers. I call it a bucket list, but this, you can call it a playlist. It might be easier to remember by playlist. That way I'm not looking for numbers. I always have my numbers to play. And for we almost through the end of the year, I'll just be playing these midday for the whole year. And as any of them come in for midday, I'd start tracking and marking them off. And what don't come in, I'd play. Now, another thing I would do, the first one is hit, let's say is the 112 hit. I would add that to my playlist because the chances of it repeating would be greater. You see what I'm saying? The chances of it hitting would be greater. I would add that 112 to my playlist. So, like, and any other number with the 1-1, the first one to hit, I wouldn't get off of it because it hit. I'd stay on it because that's what I've noticed from my tracking. Okay, that's what I've noticed from my tracking. Michigan should be a study example, and we say, is the lottery rigged? It can be rigged because Eddie Tipton rigged it. He worked for the Iowa lottery as a security supervisor for the lottery, and he rigged it for over 10 years. And he was giving people numbers to play and everything. He went to jail for it. But yeah, so take this lottery for what it's worth. Don't get yourself in no bind, but study it. Study the numbers. And the system I put together is just for studying the behavior of the numbers for your state. But I'll be following this Michigan, until this 1-1 pair come in. If I until I get a chance to try to set up something where I can play it myself. But I'm going to, study Michigan for right now, midday. I'm not even looking at evening. I'm not looking at evening. Right. I'm not even messing with evening. And this was pointed out by one of my subscribers that the 1-1 pair hadn't played for tomorrow will be a year. And like I said, this 19, it'd be my only 20 numbers I would be looking at playing for midday. And any number, like if you want to run these for 50 bucks, another thing I would do, I would run these 50 bucks. And I'd run them for the 6-day drag. So that, let's see, 50, that's 4 numbers. What's that, $2? What's that, $12 for 6 days? That's not bad investment when I don't know what your doubles pay you all in Michigan, but that's what I would invest. That's how I would play, because I try to keep my number, my spending around $3 to $5 a day. $3 to $5 a day. Now, when I win, I'm not guessing on what numbers I'm going to play because I got my playlist of numbers right here. I'll stay with my playlist of numbers. I'm not looking for a whole batch of new numbers to play every day from my tracking. So if you're in Michigan, this is what I would point toward doing myself. Like I say, I don't give numbers or any of that, because if you're using my tracking system, you might see something that I miss. And the purpose of the system is to have you develop a skill set and a strategy that's applicable to you winning and in your state. And even in Illinois, I'll tell everybody what I'm playing or how I'm playing, but I don't say, hey, go play this number like a lot of people do, because I know what they say, the secret sauce is going to be you, and you're studying, and to be a heavy hitter is going to be on you. Okay? Now, if you come to me and say, and I can explain the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, I can explain everything I'm talking about. But when you're using the patterns, the root sums, the date sums, the tic-tac-toes, and the multiple different rundown workouts, these formulas are formulas that a lot of people work so differently, it's hard to really understand what's going on with them. Because everybody do them different. Everybody has got a different way of doing a pattern with a 1-1-1 rundown, or 1-2-3, or 3-6-7, or they can make a rundown out of any of those 1,000 numbers. Everybody has a different way of doing a grid. They have a different way of using the date sum. They have a different way of doing the roots. That's what screwed me all up. I thought I was catching on to things with these, but I realized the bottom line is that I did not know what number to play after I did all these. There might possibly be a best number to play until I actually put something together to track. So I'm going to show you, with being in Illinois, how I use the PICK-3 at a glance strategy to become a bigger and better winner and build a real strategy tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. Okay. Now here is, like I say, OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, play responsibly. Stick with a budget, play responsibly, don't play for need or greed, out of need or greed, but play for fun. Play for fun. But but I look for you to win too. I do win, so it ain't gonna be too much fun if you're not winning. But if you track the numbers, I'm pretty confident that you'll win. Okay. Now, And then if you're not, I can help you tweak it to where you probably could win better. Now here, on 18th, 531 came in. See, I got a calendar that I put together. When I started this system, I realized I had to really be organized to make sure I had the appropriate data, the historical data, so when I'm tracking, I wouldn't miss something. That's going to be a big key, is to be organized. Now, this 531 came out yesterday evening in Illinois. So I got my calendar. And as I'm checking, I always can go back for 3 months or 4 months off of one sheet. This was a bank book calendar. I seen that, so I say I'll just take one of them and put them on a sheet of paper like this. This way I could always research back at a glance what happened for 4 months back. Then here, these are the 22 numbers that I'm referring to that I put together to develop. And it took work. It took a lot about, like I say, the tic-tac-toe, the date sums, read every book. I probably got 40, 50 books on PICK-3 that I studied, but none of them was not doing for me what I needed. And then here are the 12 numbers for the singles that I came up with. And you might, if you can't see them here, I do have videos with a whole whiteboard with the numbers enlarged and everything. And it's 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, and 037. See how the numbers variance, how I came up with this now. It amazes me how I came up with it. So it does, but it works. Here, each one of these columns, you do the 111 rundown on them. Each one of these columns total 60 numbers, because on singles they can come 6 different ways. 6 times 12 gives you 720 of those numbers, 1,000 numbers at a glance that you can find on this sheet here. And when you do the 111 rundown on any winning number that come in, it will be, you can find it on any one of these columns and mark it off. And then I found and then I came up with the doubles. So I needed to track the doubles and make sure I could keep up with the doubles. And I did the same thing with the doubles when I put it together. I did all this on paper. There wasn't no computers or none of that stuff when I started these sheets. And the doubles is 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, triple zeros. Then opposite of it is 011, 022, 033, 044. And same with the doubles. When any time a double come in, you do the 111 rundown on it, and one of those doubles that double will always be in one of these columns. And each one of these columns can only come, numbers can come 3 different ways. So it's 10 of them. 10 times 3 is 30. Each one in columns represent 30 numbers. The triples is only one way. So you got the 720, the 270, and the triples is 10. That gives you all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations that you can track at a glance. You can track at a glance. And then after that, I came up with tracking the pairs. Remember I told you it's 499,000 pairs of these 1,000 numbers, single pairs. So I came up with a system to track the single pairs, all 499,000. This here tells, that's how I had one of my subscribers started tracking the pairs. That's why he fell on Michigan, that the 1-1 pair hadn't been in all year. And you can't see that uh, with the grids, the patterns, and the root sums, and the tic-tac-toes, and the date sums, because these formulas don't show you what the actual pairs and numbers are actually doing. You just can't see it. And then I came up with tracking the individual pairs, not pairs, I'm sorry, digits. What position the digits fell in. That's strategy number 3. So when you're referring to anything, refer to strategy 1, 2, and 3. I'll know exactly what you're talking about. And then the last one I came up with is 4 simple strategies to stay organized. Was the front pair and back pair. So out of all those 1,000 numbers, I would always know what front of that number fell and what back of the number fell. All at a glance. Now, we'll go through what my day like when I do the sheet and how simple it is to stay organized with it. And this is just an enlargement of strategy number 2. I had it enlarged because, like I said, my eyes are failing me, so I enlarged the strategy number 2 and also make it easy because I do my shorts off of this sheet here. So, like I said, all I do when I start my day for tracking, I write down the number on the calendar. I write down the number on the calendar, which is 531. And then I do the 111 rundown on that number to find out what column of the singles is going to be under. I do the 531. This is the only rundown you ever have to do. I do the 111 rundown. And you add 1 to each one of the winning numbers that came in, and you count straight down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you get to that 4, it's 5. Same number at the bottom. You got at the top, you had it correctly. Now you're going to do the same thing. Make this 6 look a little better. Then you're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. Same number at the bottom, you get top, you got it correctly. Now, but the 9 here is really a 10, but you don't use the 1, you just use the 0. Okay? Then you count down again. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0, and 1. So now I want to know what column this 531 is under. So I'm going to look for the base number. All the base numbers will have a 0 in them. So all the numbers you have to worry about off of this rundown is the ones with the zeros in them. And with it being 12 of them, you're going to memorize which number it is. I know it's not the 086. It's not it, okay? I know it's not the 208. I know that's not the number. But it's the 420. It's the 420. That's the correct number. But it's going to show as 024 because it's the numerical order. Because that's one of the numbers I did the 111 rundown on. Okay? So I'm going to go to, I'm going to take my sheet, go to the column with the 024, to find the 531. So I go to column 024 here, and there it is. It's showing as 135. I circle it off, bam, I'm done. Circle it off, bam, I'm done. All right? That's how simple that is there. It's the same number, because remember, this number can come, all these numbers can come 6 different ways. But everything on this sheet is in numerical order. All right, now, same way with the pairs. You got three different numbers, the 5, 3, 1. You're going to have three different single pairs to mark off. You're going to have the 13, the 15, and the 35. Now, the thing is with this here, anything that has a line under it didn't fall the previous month in October. That way I can see what's going on with all the pairs at a glance. Like here, this 17, it didn't fall at all last month and it's not circled. This 88 didn't fall last month and it's not circled. This 67 didn't fall. So that way I'm always knowing what my data's numerical history is, what the data history is at a glance. This is when I start building my playlist, start looking for numbers to play and how to play them. Like this 7-7 ain't played, and this 3-3 ain't played. Okay, then I'll be done there. Then I'll go to the individual positions that the numbers fell in, because I want to know what position the numbers fell individually. If it's cold or if it's hot, all at a glance. So I'm going to see if the 5 fell for the month. It did. In the front position. The 3 is the first time it hit in the middle for the whole month. At a glance, I can see that. And the 1 on the end, you can see it's the second time. I'm not really concerned. I just do these check marks. You probably start doing the same thing or something different. But I just do these check marks to see how many times something hit. But I'm just want to make sure that it did hit. I'm not really concerned about the check marks. I want to make sure that I don't miss something that didn't hit. And the way I do that, if anything don't hit for the whole month, I got mine. Like the 7-7 didn't hit last month at all. So that's why I got lined under it. The 6, the 7, the 6 didn't hit on the front last month at all. Anything with a line under it, I know didn't hit for the month. And the 8 still ain't hit. Didn't hit last month on the end and didn't hit this month on the end. So if you playing anything with an 8 in it, you want to make sure you place it on the end in this month because it's going on 60 days. That the 8 ain't fell on the back. Let's double check. Let me double check. Go back to my calendar, make sure I didn't miss something. That the 8 didn't fall on the end. Let me double check. Because when it gets something like that, I have to double check myself to make sure I'm on track. So I said the 8 didn't fall on the back, right? Because I want to make sure my data is right. And if it's wrong, I have to correct it or make a mental note that is wrong and correct it. See there? I know at a glance, didn't know 8 fall. See how fast that was for me to go back and check that. And then here, make sure so far, up to date. See what you can miss if, wait a minute. There it is right there, ain't it? Is that a 518? I must have marked it off on the back. But it is right there, it showed up. See where it did show up here, but it showed up? Somehow I missed it. So now I got to go back and check. When it starts getting toward the end of the month and I see numbers left, I make sure that I mark them off. So now, 518, right? 518. It did fall. See how I catch up? See what I mean by working with the law average? How you can see the behavior of the numbers and how they catch up? Hey, Teresa, you're right. 668. Okay, thanks, Teresa. And 668. Okay. Thank you. See how that, appreciate that. Now y'all see how that work? Let's see the 668. Where's the 668? Did I miss the 668? Okay. That's 668. You talking about midday? Because I'm not seeing it unless unless my eyes are really going bad. Unless I missed something. Okay, yeah. See, this is all geared toward evening. Appreciate that. Because I don't want to, this is all this work is geared toward evening specifically. But you say the 668 midday? Okay, thank you. Because if you put them together, midday and evening on one sheet, that's going to throw everything off. So you have to make sure you're separating everything. We have to make sure we're separating everything. But thanks for that help for sure. Okay. And see how easy, like I said, it was to catch it? Yeah. Now we're going to go to the front pair and back pair sheet. Five, 3, 1. You're going to go down to the column on number 5. Here's the 53. It hit for the year already. And the 31. It hit for the year already. Now, that's it. Now, once I've done all that, and this is November and December is my heavy hitting months. You all right? Okay. I build my playlist of numbers to play. And these are the ones I stick with. I'm not jumping on and off the numbers trying to find a number that's coming the next day. These are my playlist numbers. These are my daily play numbers. Now, when I need to cut back, I'll pretty much know where to cut back on these numbers here, on the singles and the doubles. And what these are is the numbers that are toward the end of the year. I'm looking for the numbers that did not fall and its opposites. I'm looking for the numbers that did not fall with their opposites. Because the likelihood working with the law average, one or the other will come in before the year is out. Just like I just hit the 991 on the doubles. And I had it up there. I had it. But you can't play them all, but you can track them all. But if you want to cut back on them, like say you playing these straight box, but you can't say you need to cut back and you can't play them straight box, at least put 50 bucks on them. That'll cut it down to $3. And then when you do hit, you got money now to invest in these. The main ones here are these here that ain't hit at all. These hadn't hit at all. That's why they were my main ones. Like my other main ones on the singles are these 6 here. They haven't hit at all. These are pretty much my daily carries. For Illinois' evening draw. See, this way you're not guessing. You can plan out what you're doing with your numbers. When they don't come in, you're okay with that because you know why you're playing your numbers. You know why you're playing your numbers. You're not. Everything else other than this tracking is guesswork. if you don't know what's going on with the numbers and the numbers behavior. Da, 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 da. Now, and then the front pair and back pair. Now you know what the front pair and back pair are doing. These in Illinois you can play front pair and back pair. In other states it depends on what state you're in whether you can play it. Like here, this 5-5 ain't fell on the front all year. Okay, 5-5 ain't fell on the front all year. On my doubles, the main doubles I'm looking at to play with that 5-5, I ain't guessing. It's going to be definitely the 5-5-6 and the 5-5-7. You see, these two doubles ain't played for the whole year. Now, usually when I track track the numbers like this, now it didn't hit down here on the doubles. Now it's going to go back up here and hit something off of up here with me. Because it hit the doubles. Now it's going to go back up here and pick more than likely one of these 6 here that haven't failed. Now, if I can't play them all straight box, I'll play them all 50 box. Or I'll play these 2 here straight box and maybe these 2 50 box. The reason I'm playing these 4 or 2 sets straight box because they off the same column and they ain't hit all year. They off this column 018. And I know for the whole year. Now, see what I'm saying about building a strategy and a skill set? Even though, you might see something different than I see. That's why I don't like giving numbers or telling people numbers. Now, you ask me and say, hey, Terry, you think we're on the same page with this? I can say, yeah, because I'm doing the same thing. But you can see something that you bang them, hit it out the park, where I totally miss it. And then it'd be you building your own skill set and your own strategy for your state. Now, I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to do this with every state. That's why I don't put up numbers for and say play in all states. Because I don't feel I had anything to do with no numbers coming up in any state unless I did something like this with them. That's my feeling. And I don't feel right doing that. Because I know I can see what it takes. Like I said, the T is, and the secret to it is people doing their own tracking and for their own state. That's what I see. That's what I see. That's the only answer. And that's why I do this, because I can teach this. What I do is PICK-3 is the only one that's trackable, teachable, and doable, because you can do it on paper. I don't do no PICK-4s and PICK-5s and any of that. And people do win on it, but the thing is knowing why you won. Any number I win, I know why I won it. I'm not guessing why I won it. I know why I won it. I stayed on it long enough. I had enough vision to see about how long it would take for it to hit. I didn't get frustrated when it don't hit. And the main thing, I don't jump off my number. So as soon as I jump off of it, here it comes. I know that it's a third of them numbers out of 1,000 numbers you're going to get for each year. So it can take up to 60 to 90 days for anything you play to come in. That's why I really don't pick up a playlist or number until after mostly 60 days. Then I got my eye on it, like each one of these columns on the singles or the doubles. The doubles can take longer than 60 days or 90 days. So each one of these columns, as I'm tracking, if I got a column here ain't hit in 60 days, here's my playlist of numbers right here that I'm playing, that I'm focusing on. And then by that time, I already know what numbers been played on them or not played on them. Like here with this 018, like I said, I already know that this 018 hadn't played, and this 129 ain't played. And they're opposite. The 563 ain't played. Wait a minute, not the 563, I'm sorry. Yeah, 563. And the 674 ain't played. These two. Now, all through from here on out, I'm focusing on this, and I'm watching to see what this 018 column do. And say I realized that this column don't hit in 60 days at all, then pretty much the main two I'm gonna play is this 018 and this 129 and this 53563 and the 674. They're my numbers. It lets me know to load up a little bit more on them numbers now. Because I know how long it's been since they hadn't hit and the column ain't hit. And I ain't jumping off of them and on them. So that's why I budgeted it like that. All these numbers and each one of these columns have their numbers and their opposites with each one. So at a glance, I'll always know what number and its opposite didn't play. And I don't know if everybody know what numbers and opposites are, but here it is. This is the only one I focus on. They got flips, and they call flips. That's a different strategy. I don't even deal with that one because really I don't need to or have to, because that's another mathematical formula that people use. And I can't explain it, for one. That's why I don't use it. And I don't see how it adds up to winning. But you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here, what it did, you took +5 and added it to the top numbers. So 5 to 0 is 5, 5 to 1 is 6, 5 to 2 is 7, 5 to 3 is 8, 5 to 4 is 9. That's pretty simple and easy to understand. It's like taking the 1,000 numbers and divide them in half. The top numbers is triple zeros to 499, and the bottom numbers is 500 to 999 out of 1,000 numbers. So that's easy to explain, because I call them opposite. They call them mirrors or sister numbers, but I just call them opposites to keep it simple, because people use mirror and sister numbers when they mean in flips, or say flips when they mean mirrored numbers or opposite numbers. So keep it simple. I just use one straight method, and that's the opposite. The numbers are opposite each other, like 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. So if you play 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7, that's simple to easy, pretty much to understand, because it's right under 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Or vice versa. You played 5, 6, 7, and the lottery plays 0, 1, 2. Or if you played the bottom 7, 8, 9, and the lottery played 2, 3, 4, that's simple to grasp in my book. And I wasn't good at math at all. That's why I try to keep it simple. I try to keep it super simple. Yeah. KISS effect. Keep it super simple. So now I can look and say, okay, yeah, in my head I can do, 7, 8, 9, the opposite it is 2, 3, 4. And then if I got a double, like 3, 3, 4, 4, I know the opposite is going to be 8, 8, 9. Because 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3. Okay, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. And triples is quite simple. If you had triple zeros, the opposite is going to be triple fives. 0 opposite 5. And that's why I like the sheet, because every column, the numbers got its opposite. That's why I said the 129 and the 563, and its opposite ain't fail. And the 018 And there's a 018 and the 563 ain't filled. They are opposites. And the 129 and 674 ain't filled, and they're opposite. See that? Zero opposite five, five opposite zero, one opposite six, six opposite one, eight opposite three, three opposite eight. All at a glance. All the columns is lined up. Yeah, triple five. Eight, eight, nine. Yeah, zeros, five. Right. So that's pretty what the principle of this whole sheet is to keep everything simple, keep everything organized, where it don't take a lot of thinking to understand it, but to keep you organized. So when you see something, you know what you're looking at. Well, we know what we're looking at, and that's I call this my Picasso, my baby. I enjoy teaching it for one, uh, because it's simple and easy for me to teach it. If it was any harder than this, believe me, it wouldn't be me doing it, because I didn't do math well. And I just, but when I came up with it and realized how simple and easy it was, I just wanted to share it because I was in a deep hole with this PICK-3 that I was able to work my way out of. But I would suggest don't nobody get in the hole I was in, and ain't guaranteed you get out. Like I got out. Okay, what is 666? What we got going on here? Okay. Maybe he didn't see it come up or something. I guess that's why he put the sixes in so many times. Or maybe the phone is acting up. Okay, any other questions there? Because if any other questions on this? I think I covered it fairly well. Just like this 341 that I hit. This 3-4 hadn't failed on the front, okay? And so I realized that the possibility of it coming exact was great, and it opposite hadn't failed, and it still hasn't failed. So at the end of I forget what month it was. Let me see. Let me go back here and look at my sheet. I think I got it on here. Let's see how it went. But that's why I say when you're studying the actual numbers, you realize what the number of behaviors and what they're actually doing. I think that was a little ways back. Where is it at? Let me see if it's on here. Nope, it ain't. Let me see. When did that? I'm looking for the 341. I hit it. It fell as 413 on the very last day of the month. I can find out exactly when it came. Not on this one. Might be able to. Let me see here. That's on the one that's recording. Where is it at? Where's the calendar at? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I should be able to find it on here though. What's this? November? Okay. So let's see. 413. Search. Yeah, August. Yeah, this is September. Yeah. Yeah, there it is right here. See this 340? That's when it came in September like that. Came in September. But on the very last day of August, it came as 413. Now, if I hadn't been tracking, hadn't been studying any other time, I would have just jumped off of that number, thinking it's not going to come in the way I was doing it. But I realized that it happened that way, and numbers when they don't show up are normally hit 2 or 3 times and repeat themselves by studying the number behavior. So I stayed on my 341 because I knew that it hadn't came that way and its opposite hadn't failed, which was the 896, and it came exact 7 days later. Came exact 7 days later. I can see that. So that's what you have to study is the numbers behavior, the historical data. And once you start doing that, it's going to open your eyes to a lot. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. All righty. Anybody got any questions that's new on here that don't be bashful. Everybody started off new somewhere. If you have any questions, more than happy to help you and I can answer them. Don't feel I won't be laughing at you about questions or anything. But once you start doing it, you're going to enjoy playing with the numbers. And even if you can't play, go ahead and track the numbers, and you'll see what they're doing. Because everybody's numbers are going to fall different, and they might not be ready for you to hit. Because I already know that way these numbers are running, it's going to be 3 months until 2026 for my numbers to start lining up again. So I won't be betting real heavy like that. November and December, January going to be pretty good. But after that, they're going to start lining. I got to wait. And it's a waiting period. Because like I say, hey Scott, once you realize that, you're not going to be betting heavy. And I already know November and December are my heavy hitting months into January. Because I'm playing with the law average and I'm mostly going to be playing the numbers that didn't fall. Like here, last in 2024, I knew that this year was going to be different because all of these pairs that hadn't hit came in 2024. So I already knew that everything was going that I would possibly play was going already. So I knew it's going to take me 3 months like it did before I could really start lining that numbers up and seeing what they were doing to make it worth my while to invest in them. Well, all these hit. Every number, single and its opposite, one of them played in 2024. I wasn't mad at them. I did pretty good with it. I wasn't mad at them. I was glad because I was looking for it. And like I said, it depends on the strategy that you set up. You know? Um, Alrighty. Let's see. One seven. I'm playing this 179 and 971 too, because the 17 ain't fell on the front and the 97 ain't fell on the front. That's one of my daily carries. And I'm definitely looking at these here for sure. And this. I'm playing these straight box. And I'm playing these 50 box for right now. And you know, yeah, these here. Because one or the other hasn't failed yet. And my front pair, back pair, definitely geared toward the 17, which we know already. Like I said, this November ain't failed going on 2 years. Okay. So like the 175, 175 and 176. Again, when I want to cut back, if you want to play a straight box, I do the 175, 176, 50 straight, 50 straight. Then I'm doing the 17 because it ain't here for going on a year. I do the 17 $1 front. Then the 75 50 back, and the 76 50 50 back. So what we got? $1 here, $1, another dollar, and another dollar. $3. Now when this come in, I'm loading up on this. I'm loading up on my main two, the 175. So if the 175 come in, I'm staying on this, and because the 17 ain't failed for the month yet, and it didn't fall last month either. See what I'm saying? I know my numbers behavior. Let's look at the 17 didn't fall last month either. So now we're going into 60 days on it, right? Pretty much. 17 pair. That's what I'm talking about, the pair. Now I can strategize. And let's see, when last time that 17 pair failed. Did it fall? Well, it should have failed this month. Yeah, it played as 571. And what's the other one? Okay, so that now I start counting the days to see how long really the days are. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Is that right? 54. Now I got my eyes on that 54. And then 54. So when it hit, I'm gonna stay on them 17s, just like I did that 50. Remember that 50 took a while to come out, or any of them? Let's see what we doing here. Something was on there I couldn't see. All right. Any other questions, anybody? So that's the fun of it. I like doing that. I like going backtracking. I really do. I do like seeing how long stuff take throughout the year while I'm playing. And I really like in Michigan with that 1-1 pair. Yeah, I'm really liking that. This phone is not doing right. What is going on with it? How come it ain't? Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah. There's plenty of them. It's 2,000 or something. Usually, when I go to anybody's channel, I always go to their first videos to see how they got started. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Well, it's only been what's going on 3 years now. I started the channel in well, since I started the channel in June of 2022. Yeah, 2022. Because I got so bored, I thought I was gonna have to go back to work after retiring. But this keeps me busy. This keep me. You're so welcome, Real Eye. So I'm gonna go on an admission here for a minute, for more than a minute, for 30 minutes. See what YouTube got for me.
find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Please stand by waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes.
None.
stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Thank you. Please stand by, waiting on YouTube to find me an audience. We'll return in 30 minutes. Thank you. patients, welcome to the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, a system where tracking is king. And like I always say, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget and play responsibly. Don't play out of need or greed. Play for fun. Alrighty. PICK-3 is set up for luck and not a real method or a strategy, but we do use the law of average and tracking the actual 1,000 numbers where you never guess what the numbers are doing. You know the numbers' behavior by tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And what I did, I took 22 numbers, did the 111 rundown on 22 numbers, but now you have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combination. I call it PPP, pencil, paper, and patience, that you can track the actual 1,000 numbers at a glance and see what's going on with them. So if you would, you want to start the chat. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat, and I will answer your questions. This video will be uploaded live. Okay, after the live will be uploaded, so any of your questions will be answered. All right, thank you.
All right, all right. We got 4 people on. Okay. If you're new on here, just ask any questions that you like. If anybody new on here. About PICK-3, PICK-3 at a glance strategy. If you're new on here, just say hi. If you want to know what it's all about, just let me know what you want to know. It covers PICK-3. I can explain 90% of whatever you want to know about the game of PICK-3. As we all know, it's random. 1 in 1,000 odds. My strategy is basically to track the actual 1,000 numbers, so you'll know why you're playing your numbers. And if you missed your number, how you missed the number. That way it stopped me from jumping on and off the numbers trying to win. Welcome to PICK-3 at a glance strategy. You have any questions, join the chat. If you can, I think they have it where you have to have a channel in order to do a comment, or have your channel set up to do a comment, add a comment in the lives. Hmm? Welcome to the PICK-3 Glass Strategy. If you have any questions, go ahead with it. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to let one of my tutorial videos play. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Exactly what I'm going to do. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. What I have here is one of my tutorials that I use. Um, to explain the PICK-3 Glass Strategy. You're more than welcome to look at this and then ask any questions after the video. And I'd like to tell last time that this number come like this so you can see how the number. Hello, welcome to my PICK-3 Glass family and first time viewers. Thank you for being here with me today. Today is December the 8th and we're doing the tutorial for the 517. And as I always say, we sound like a broken record. We hit them again. The 517 came in Missouri evening draw. All right. I predicted for evening by tracking, and we're hitting on evenings, okay? And what we do is we take 22 numbers and we do the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers. And on those 22 numbers, we have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations of PICK-3. And it's simple and easy to use. We can track all 1,000 numbers, and we never have to guess what number we playing and why we playing it, because we can track them off 22 easy columns. And that's why I say we the home and no tic-tac-toe, no date sums, no grids, no flips, and no multiple 100 different rundowns that they have out there to try to predict what number is coming in the next day. The system not set up like that. It's set up for you to track the numbers to me and find out, I work with the law average and see how the numbers are actually rotating. Okay? And that's what we use the PICK-3 at a glance for. We track the actual 1,000 numbers. And we use the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers I mentioned, and we can always know why we're playing our numbers. And if we miss a number, we can strategize and improve on how to hit and do better the next time, which make us all better players. And that's the same thing we did with the 517. Okay? And by working with the law average, we find out what numbers are left. Actual numbers, no guessing numbers, no guessing routine. You're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, 10 was left, putting them in a bucket list, use those numbers to hit. And once you hit, you continuously have a bucket list of numbers to pull from, the actual numbers of the 1,000 numbers. Okay? So here's the day. It's December the 8th, 2022. Yesterday, evening draw.
December 7th, 2022 was 517. That's a straight, all right? And it came, and I like to tell the last time that this number come like this so you can see how the numbers rotate and how long it takes them to rotate. Last time this 517 came, Missouri evening draw was September 29th, 2021. Okay? So that gives you an idea. When you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you will begin to see the truth of how these numbers rotate. You'll see the truth about how long it takes you to hit a number. You'll see the truth on what front pairs and back pairs and single numbers, how they're rotating, so you'll know the best way to look at how to hit them. And with this system, I've hit straight more than any other system that I've used, by tracking the front pairs, the back pairs, the single pairs, and tracking the single numbers. And it's all done simple and at a glance. Okay? So this is straight. You can come 6 different ways. You come 517 like it did. Come 571, 175, 157, 715, or 751. All right? Now, what we're going to do with those 22 numbers I said, you do the 1-1 rundown on them. With those 22 numbers, with the 1-1 rundown, you got all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations, and you got 22 columns. And when you do the 1-1 rundown, here's the base number. One of these base numbers will always be in the rundown, so you'll know where to find this 517. And what you're going to do, this 1-1 rundown is powerful because it allows you to put all the numbers in a straight numerical order. It's the best rundown to me that's to use to get the 1,000 numbers and see everything at a glance and all in numerical order. Everything with PICK-3 at a glance is in numerical order, easy for you to track. It's trackable, doable, and teachable. So we're going to have 1 to each one of these numbers, starting with the 5. 1 to 5 is 6, 1 to 6 is 7, 1 to 7 is 8, 1 to 8 is 9. And 1 to 9 is 10, but you don't use the 1, you use the 0. You just count straight down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the same, you get to 5 at the bottom, 5 at the top, you're done. Same here, you just count them down. Add 1, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Same thing here, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 at the bottom, 7 at the top. See how simple that is? Everything is numerical order. Everything's easy to add. And all in the same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you're done. All right? So what we're looking for is what one of these base numbers is in this rundown you just did. And the base number that's in the rundown that we just did, one of these base numbers, and I'll call them out. You got 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, and 037. That's 12 straights. And then you have 10 doubles. And doubles are 2 like numbers of the PICK-3, like 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. Triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, 044. Those are 10 numbers. Now we're looking for where this 517 is going to be in those 22 columns. And you're looking for the base number in this rundown, and here it is. Oh, there it is, 062. And there's the 026, and it's in column 10. All right? So when you see it's in a different form, but it's the same number, just one of the 6 ways that this 026 can come, all right? It's one of the 6 ways that 026 can come, but everything's in numerical order. And you see the column 10, you're going to look for, you got the 026, and when you do the 1-1 rundown, it's going to show as 571. It won't show as 517. Same number, it's just one of the ways the numbers come. If you do the 1-1 rundown on this 026, it's going to show us 571. And here's the 571. Same number, just a different way it could come. So here, we're going to go to column 10 and look for the 026 on the straights. Here's column 10.
There's the 026, and we're looking for the 571, and there it is. Bam, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
All 1,000 numbers are right here, and you can look at them at a glance. The beauty of this workout system is that everything is in numerical order. All these numbers, this is your 1,000 sheet here. That at a glance, you can see what's going on with at any time when one of those 1,000 numbers drop, you can find in what column it's in, and you'll know what's going on with it. So the thing is now, how do you get the 1,000 numbers? You got to look at, when you do the 1-1 rundown on these columns here, you got 10 numbers, but each one of these straights can come 6 different ways. So you got 10 times 6 gives you 60 numbers at a glance in one column of those 1,000 numbers. So 12 times 60 right here, 12 times 60 is 720, all right? That's 720 of those 1,000 numbers you're looking at a glance where you don't have to do any guesswork. You know where all those 720 numbers are and what column they are in. Now with the doubles, you got 10 of those, and they can come 3 different ways, all right? So you're going to, for triples can only come one way of the 10 numbers. So you're going to have 30. You're going to have 3 times 10 going to give you 30. Each one of these columns represent 30 numbers. So 9 times 30 going to give you 270. This 720 and this 270 going to give you the 990 numbers all at a glance. Then this straights, these triples here could only come one way, and there's only 10 of them. You're going to add that 10 to that 990, and you got the 1,990 and 10, you're the 1,000 numbers that you're looking at here, all at a glance. You ain't never got to worry about where the number's at. You ain't never got to worry about guessing a number. That's why you say the tic-tac-toe, the dates, sums, degrees, and the flips will never show you what this is going to show you. Because you can strategize with this system. Because you'll always know where the numbers are falling off at what column. You know, there's no guesswork in these numbers. You're looking at the actual 1,000 numbers. All right? 1 in 1,000 odds. Okay? That's never going to change when you're playing. These numbers having to rotate by the lower average and counting them out and checking them out is never going to change. And no matter what 6 ways these numbers come in, you'll always find it on the column and check it off, all at a glance. Instead of trying to look at 60 numbers at a glance, all you have to do is look at one column at a glance and know one of those 60 numbers came out in that column. Can't get no easier than that. Okay? All at a glance. Now, this here is a monthly sheet. Well, this is the end of the year. I started in June, but this is the end of the year. I started with YouTube doing it 6 months ago. So this is the monthly sheet, and I did one sheet I do a sheet every month to see how the numbers are falling every month. Then I do in 2023, I'll do a January annual sheet where I do mark all the numbers off as they come in every day off each column. So at a glance, I can see what everything is falling for the year. And then I do a monthly sheet to see how everything is falling for a month. All right? So with this monthly sheet, what I look at to see each month, what column no numbers fall off of. Then, working with the law of average, if I get a column that ain't hit in 1 month, which is 30 days, of 60 numbers that ain't filled in 1 month, then 2 months, I get a column and it ain't filled. 3 months, I get a column. Then I know where to look when I do hit from my bucket list, for the numbers I gathered over time. There's where I'm going to get my numbers to pick the hit when I hit next time. I'm not going to be trying to guess all these 1,000 numbers. Because I can find out what column it did come off of, and by the law of average, something's gonna fall off that column. So I don't have to guess all these 1,000 numbers to figure out what number I'm gonna play. And on average, one of these columns can take, just to show you, can take 3 months, 90 days. If I see a column ain't hit in 90 days, I definitely play this whole column straight box, or I'll play a 50-cent box by the law of average. And the reason being, I know if a column ain't hit in 3 months, something's gonna come off the column, or 4 months, it can take 4 months. Just to show you how often these numbers, how long it takes these numbers to hit. And when you plan numbers, you try to figure out what's hitting the next day, it just ain't gonna happen. All right? And the beauty of this, everything in numerical order, and the 1-1 rundown with it, in the PICK-3 world, what you're gonna hear about is mirrors and opposite numbers. And this here system works beautifully with the mirrors and the opposite number system. So, or mirrors. You call them mirrors. All right. And what we have is a number line here. And we have 1,000 numbers kind of divided in half. All right. And where you want to look at the mirror opposite number is a 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. It's just like saying it's in the mirror. 5 mirrors are 0, 0 mirrors are 5, 1 mirrors are 6, 6 mirrors are 1, 2 mirrors are 7, 7 mirrors are 2, 3 mirrors are 8, 8 mirrors are 3, 4 mirrors are 9, 9 mirrors are 4. Just opposites, that's it. But the beauty of this here is, on each one of these columns, the mirrors are included, okay? So let's go to this 10 again. You see this 571? The mirror of it is 026. All at a glance. See this 137? The mirror of it is 682. This 248, the mirror of it is 793. Simple reason. 5 is opposite of 0, 0 opposite 5, 7 opposite 2, 2 opposite 7, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite, all at a glance. That's powerful. For a simple reason, if you got a column here and ain't filled in 3 months, and you realize that it's mirror and opposite ain't filled, you definitely gonna play those 2 numbers, or those 4 numbers, if you got the 0, 1, 2, the 1, 2, 3, the 5, 6, 7, and 6, 7, 8 that ain't filled, you definitely gonna play those 4. Because the likelihood of one of those 4s coming in when you play is great. All at a glance. Everything in numerical order. You can't beat that. No big calculation, no nothing. Once you take these 22 numbers, starting with just this one sheet and following me, starting next year for sure, with in your own state, with your own numbers, because all state numbers rotate different. And you're going to have to track those numbers and see what the DNA and how those numbers are rotating. Midday going to rotate different from evening. Evening going to rotate different from midday. They're going to cross paths, but that don't mean the numbers going to rotate the same. Okay? It's only 1,000 numbers. They can't help but cross paths 2 or 3 times out of the year. It happens about 3 to 4 times out of the year. Just because 125 shows midday and then 125 comes in evening, don't mean that all those 1,000 numbers are rotating the same. It happens. I track. I've been doing this for a 30-year sheet that I've been working on. I know everything about these numbers and how they actually fall or how they actually rotate. All right? It takes 3 years for these numbers to rotate out, because here's a reality check. You got 1,000 numbers. You got 365 days in a year. If you played a different number every day, you still got 635 of them numbers you ain't gonna hit. On average, that's 365, about a third of those 1,000 numbers. That's why it takes 3 years for the numbers roll out. That's why it takes 3 months for a column to hit. Can go 3 months or 4 months. So when you playing these numbers and you falling off numbers and switching numbers trying to hit the next day, you might be falling off a number that's coming in. You just ain't played it long enough. And the only way you're going to know how long to play the numbers is tracking the actual numbers, which you can't get with the tic-tac-toe, the dates, the grids, the flips, and those multiple different rundowns. You just ain't going to get it. But here you get everything, all at a glance. Like I said, 60 to 90 days for one column for something to hit off of it. Another column might be 2 months. And the only way you're going to see what's going on with the numbers is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. The only way. 1,000 numbers, 365 days out of the year. It's only a third of the 1,000 numbers. You got 635 you just ain't going to touch. That's why you have to track the actual numbers. And that's the system I came up with. And I can see everything going on with all those 1,000 numbers. That 571 right here, first time it hit all year. But I had it on my whiteboard to play, and we hit it. Why? Because I'm tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And I laid out why to play the 571. Because it was other numbers with a 5 and 1 in that hadn't hit. You can strategize with this because you're using the actual 1,000 numbers. There's no other way you're going to be able to do it other than guess with hope and a prayer like I used to do. Okay? Now, again, another reality check. This column, let's go with this column here. All these numbers just straight as they are. 10 of them. And just don't use these numbers. Use any 10 numbers you want to use. If you play them numbers just like they are, every day for 365 days out the year, all on average you're going to get is 3 of these numbers to come straight. That's telling you the importance of tracking the actual numbers, know what's going on. Because you're only going to get a third of the 10. You got 1,000 numbers, and a third of the 10 is all you can get. And a third of the year is all you can get. So all you go on average, going to get 3 of these numbers straight. And the next year after that, on the same column, you might just get 3 different more numbers straight. And the year after that, you might get another 3 straight until all these numbers rotate. But at least by checking off the numbers and knowing what's going on with them, you'll know what numbers ain't hitting and how they're hitting. Like I said, evenings, and that's all I track, the 571. You can do this on midday. You can do this on any draw you want. You can track all of them. But they're all going to rotate different. And the only way you're going to know is you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. Because you just can't do a third of the numbers and figure out what's going on and play and try to hit. You got to be looking at all of them to play and know how to hit. And like I say, you still ain't going to hit 635 of them. All right? Powerful. If you don't do nothing and you want to start following me and and doing your state, checking your numbers, just follow me with your system and see how I do it. And as I check them off, you check your own state numbers off and see the beauty of this. That you don't have to guess what's going on with the numbers. You'll know what's going on with the numbers without a doubt. But you got to realize you're only going to have 365 that you're going to play, and it's going to still be 635 out there left to play. But you're not looking at all these 635 because they all are in this column in the combinations. So all you got to do is look at the columns to see which of these 635 ain't playing. The 6 of this 635 ain't played in each column. That's how that works. So I call it PICK-3 glance. I had this sheet for 30 years. I've been playing PICK-3 for 30 years, and it's been good to me. I'm blessed to share it with the rest of the world. I guess to share it with the rest of the world. 70 years old, 71. I said I was going to start counting at 70. But I'm here sharing it with you all. Okay, now, so if you like what you see, subscribe, hit that bell, so when I post and upload a video, you can follow me, because I come up with other stuff that I add on as I go that I can share with you, you know. So yeah, that's how that one works. Now, here is another strategy. And it's a simple PICK-3 at a glance strategy. And it's tracking the pairs. And just like this 517, it's got 3 different numbers, so you're going to have 3 pairs. You're going to have the 15 here. You're going to mark off the 17 here. And you're going to mark off the 57. Okay? And if you have, let's say, if you have a double, like 112, you're going to mark off the 11, and you're going to mark off the 12. And if you have a triple, you're going to have like triple twos there. You're going to just circle the double twos. All right? Now, that's in any of the pairs that's not marked off, and this is a monthly, any of those pairs that are not marked off, you're going to carry them over to the next month. You're going to always know where your pairs that didn't play. So you don't have to ever guess another pair to play if you play it and you want to play a pair or play pairs. All right? Here is called my single number positioning. This is where I know what numbers fell in what spot and how they fell. So let's say we take the 517 here. They came in. We're going to mark the 5 off in the first spot because I did 0 to 9 on 3 columns. I'm going to mark off the 5. I'll mark off the 1 in the middle and the 7 on the end. And at the end of the month, what number is not marked off is when I'm playing a number, I will always know where to put those numbers at. For instance, let me do this here. I think I can get this eraser, this off. All right, what we're going to do here is 160, 601, and 610. I'm marking this off for here. Okay, say on this, take this 160. Say at the end of the month, say I marked off all the numbers but the 6 right here. And I'm playing 160. Quite naturally, I'm going to put that 6 on the front. Because it hadn't fell on the front, I'm start playing this 160 along with 601 and 610. For some fact, if that 6 show up and my numbers show up, it's going to probably show up with that 6 on the front. Out of the 3 different ways that out of the 6 different ways that 160 can come. All right. Now, front pair, back pair. Again with the 517. This is a powerful sheet here too. Very powerful sheet. Very, very powerful sheet. All at a glance. This is a yearly sheet here though. Okay? And as a yearly sheet, what I do is 5-1 here. I'll mark it off on the front. And it's 1-7 on the back. I'll mark it off. And at the end of the year, Whatever pair I don't mark off, I know what pairs I'm looking to play front and back. And I make pairs up. If a number don't fall, if the numbers at the top are the same as the numbers at the bottom. Let's say, I'm gonna give you a quick example. The 7-0 front don't fall, and the 0-0 back don't fall. What I do is I made it up. And I make a number on my bucket list at 700, 700. Because the likelihood of when those two numbers fall, they might fall together. Okay. Same way I look for triples. If I'm looking to play triples, and say for instance, 0-0 front don't fall, and 0-0 back don't fall, all year I'm looking to play triple zeros. I'm put triple zeros on my bucket list to play. But I know that triples only come out 3 times out of a year on a draw. And what I'll probably do is say, triples don't come out to the end of the year, like in December, no triples, because I know 3 of them supposed to come out a year on average. Then I'm definitely going to play them triple zeros in December. Especially if that old front pair and that old back pair ain't failed all that time. So you can track everything. It's simple. You can track everything. PICK-3 is the only thing you can do this on, yeah. That's why I don't invest in nothing else. PICK-4, I do a little with Powerball, Powerball, Lotto, and Omega. And all I buy is 1 ticket on them because they strictly luck. Strictly luck. That's all I buy. And if it's 4 years, 4 years, not is not. But PICK-3, I have fun with it and I win with it. That's all I'm going to tell you. I have fun with it and I win with it. A whole lot better than I used to. But this is my system that I put together. And everything's all at a glance. Take about 10 minutes, if that, to put all this together. And this here, what I did is I took all the doubles and I put them in mirror and opposite positions. So at a glance, I know what double and his pair didn't fall or what double and his mirror didn't fall. So let's take the 001 here. 001 and it's 110, that's a pair. It's 556 and it's 665 is a pair. But they're opposite of mirror each other. So if I look and see that the one pair didn't fall and I track it through the year, I carry it over to the year if it didn't fall for the whole year. Or if the pair of one of the mirrors didn't fall, the 001 or the 556, I mark it and carry it all the way over to the year and add it into my bucket list. Another thing I like about it, let's say if the 001, the 002, and the 003 column, so nothing fall off that column or any of them like that, that's got 4 of them like that, I'm carrying those 3 over into the next year because I know by law average, they're going to come out, they're going to rotate. Something's going to fall off them instead of trying to play all them doubles. I don't have to play all them doubles. For some fact, I know which ones ain't showed up and I can play by law average and just play those doubles as I'm hitting and I'm looking for doubles to play. I already got my doubles lined up for the year. I don't go into the year from scratch. I used to do that. I used to go to the year starting all over with all those 1,000 numbers. And then as I was tracking, I started to realize that the numbers that hadn't played the year before was the numbers that was falling up the following year and the year after that. And that's when my eyes was open, that I was doing it all wrong, starting over every year with all those 1,000 numbers. But I'd already had the numbers I needed to play just by bringing the ones that didn't play the year before over to the new year and to 2023. Simple and easy to do. So that's the system. So again, like I said, if you're a first time viewer and you like what you see, like, comment.
Okay, any questions on this? Anybody on here want to join in on the chat and ask any questions? That was on the singles.
Yeah.
I got one for tracking the doubles also. Let me see here that I'm gonna show. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. What is? Hold on a minute. That's the number 10. Wonder why. Let's see. Guess I'm not the PICK-3 at a glance. Lesson number 10.
Glance lesson number 10.
Okay, where's my? Give me a minute here. I'm trying to find it. I don't know what happened here. Thing is, it's a picture. PICK-3 at a glance. Lesson number 10.
PICK-3 at a glance lesson number 10.
Okay, this here is on the a double when it comes in, and I'll be showing you.
Missouri evening draw, specialized Missouri evening draw, but PICK-3 at a glance works anywhere in the country or around the world where they're using 1,000 numbers for PICK-3. Okay, and we're the home of no tic-tac-toe, no date sums, no root sums, no grids, no flips, no multiple different rundowns. All right? Because we track your own numbers in your own state. That's how PICK-3 at a glance is set up. That puts you in the winner circle. All righty? So what we do is take 22 numbers. We do 1-1 run, 1-1-1. That's 3 1s, but you know, this 1-1-1-1 rundown. Take those 22 numbers, do the 1-1-1 rundown on them, and you have all 1,000 numbers and a possible combination that you can track all 1,000 numbers at a glance. And that way you can track your own numbers for your own state. Also, you'll always know why you plan your numbers. You won't have to go anywhere looking for numbers because you're tracking the actual 1,000 number for your state. And all those numbers are going to run different. They run different one year to the next year. So you have to track your own numbers for your own state. That's how PICK-3 at a glance was come about for me, because I was following everybody else and looking at everybody else's number and what they were doing instead of looking at my own numbers and realizing what they were doing, and they ain't close to nobody else's numbers, I'm telling you. The numbers cross paths. There's 1,000 numbers, there's 50 some odd states, 53 states, and they all are different, but they cross paths. There's only 1,000 numbers. You got some states with 4 draws, some with 3 draws, some with 2 draws, some with 1 draw. They all gonna cross paths, but that don't mean they all running the same. The only way you're gonna know what's going on in your state with your number is in your own house, tracking your own numbers, okay? That's going against the grain, and I know it, but I was losing until I came up with PICK-3 at a glance, so the proof is in the pudding. That's all I can tell you. When you start using it, you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? All you're gonna need to do is collect a little data 6 months back or either a year back, but once you get the numbers lined up, it's going to be a walk through the park, because you'll be able to see what's going on with your own numbers in your own state. And when you miss a number, you know why you miss it, that one off and all those stuff. It ain't because you know one off, it's because you didn't know why you wasn't playing your numbers in the first place. That's the one off. once you start using PICK-3 at a glance to see where these numbers are dropping from and how they're falling, you'll always know why you missed your number. And you can't play all 1,000 numbers, or you wouldn't be playing PICK-3 if you could. So we need to stop fooling ourselves and get real. Track the 1,000 numbers, build your bucket list of numbers that you possibly play, stick to a budget, play consistently as much as possible, and you'll get in the winner circle, and you'll know why you got there. So what I'm going to have here, yesterday's number was 323 that came in, okay? So I'm going to show you all how to find the 232 on the master sheet with the 22 numbers with the 1-1 rundown on them. And it's fairly easy to do. All right? Okay, let me take this down. And we're going to get this show on the road, y'all. Get this show on the road. Make everybody learn. All right, again, play responsibly. Don't blow your money trying to hit these numbers the next day. It ain't set up like that. It's set up for you to track the numbers and catch the numbers. Don't try to hit the numbers, let the numbers hit you, and you'll be able to do it. Or you'll be able to see what's going on with the numbers in your state. So here we have PICK-3 at a glance. The winning number that came in Missouri evening draw yesterday, August 22nd, 2023, was 323. We're going to take the 1-1 rundown here and use it. It's the best rundown ever because it helped me make this PICK-3 at a glance master sheet. All right? So, and it's the only one you're going to ever need to do on any winning number that comes in your state. You don't have to do that 646, that 317. That. They can make a rundown out of any of those 1,000 numbers except for triple zeros. And when you get through, you're going to have a whole bunch of random numbers that are not in numerical order, numerical order. But let me get going here because I'll get on my soapbox here on you. But I don't want to do that once you keep your ears open. Okay. Now, you're going to add 1 to each one of these numbers that came in at 323. You're going to add 1 to the 3, you get 4. Add 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. 1 to 9, you get 10. But in lottery math, you don't use the 1, you just use the 0 in the 1's place. And then 1 to 0 is 1, 1 to 2 is 3. Same number at the bottom, you got at the top. Simple. All you're doing is adding 1 to the numbers, and then you're going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got the 0, and then you just go 1, 2. Same number at the top, same number at the bottom. Can't get too much simpler than that, even for me. Okay, that's why I came up with it, because it's simple. You add 1 to the 3 again, you're going to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. Same number at the top, same number at the bottom. So what we're looking for is this 323 on the master sheet here, all right? And what column is it in? And on those 22 numbers that I'm talking about, you have your singles and you have your doubles, okay? The single numbers is 12 of them, and they are 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, 037. That's 12 of them, all right? That's going to make up the 12 columns that's on this master sheet. Then on the doubles, since the double came in, you got the 01, the 001, and doubles are PICK-3 numbers with 2 like numbers, like 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, 000, 011, 022, 033, 044. All right, now the deal is, whenever winning number comes in your state, you do the 1-1 rundown on it, whether it's a single or a double. One of these base numbers is going to always be in that rundown. If it's a single, one of these numbers is going to be in that rundown. Same with the doubles. They might not be in the same order, but they'll be in the rundown. So you need to find this base number to know what column is in. Okay, like this here, the 011 is the base number, see? 011. And that's column 7. So when you do the 1-1 rundown on the winning number, you're going to look for this 011 in that rundown. And you go down, and there it is. But it's 101. Same number, because they can, doubles only come 3 different ways. Singles come 6 different ways. Same number though, okay? So when you go to the 011 on the master sheet here, we're gonna go to column 7 on the doubles and find the 011, and we just go to mark it off, okay? I hope I'm not confusing you. This is column 7. You're gonna always find the base number, I don't care if it's a double or single, in the rundown. Might not be in the same order, because see, if 232 had a fail and you did the 11 rundown on it, you'd got the 011. Or if it's 332, if the winning number changed position, then the base number gonna match the same position doing the 11 rundown. Okay, I think that's not while I'm putting this together. Hit got it, and let me know you got it in the comment section. Appreciate it. I'm working hard to try to make it easy and everybody can understand it. And the best way for me to know that you're getting it is just take a second and hit got it and give it a thumbs up, and that'll help me get this out to as many people as possible. Okay. So what we're going to do here now, we're going to go to column 7 on that 323 that came in Missouri Evening Draw. We go down, we mark it off. Bam, you got it. All right, all 1,000 numbers is right here at a glance. I consolidated it, make it easy and simple on everybody, so they'll know how to find their own numbers in their own state. And stop chasing all those different numbers. So you ain't gonna see it on the tic-tac-toe, the date sums, the grid, the multiple different rundowns, the root sums, date sums. You're just not gonna be able to do it. You're gonna get a bunch of random numbers that is not in numerical order that you don't even know why you're playing the numbers. That's where I was making my mistake. I was just chasing numbers, thinking I knew what, guessing and feeling what number might come in. And that works sometimes. But luck, and it's all luck, luck runs out. Luck runs out, y'all. But this will never run out because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. All of them in numerical order. Each column, numerical order. All right? And when you're looking at a column here, you're not looking at just 10 numbers. You got to realize in numerical order, you got 60 numbers you're looking at that's making up those 1,000 numbers on each one of those columns on the singles. So if one of these columns don't fall in 2 months, 3 months, you know you got 60 numbers you know ain't failed in 3 months. So when you do hit, you know that, hey, I'm going to column 1, pull some numbers off of that tree. Or this tree ain't hit in 3 months. Or this tree ain't hit in 4 months. Or this tree ain't hit in 2 months. You ain't playing a whole bunch of random numbers that you're pulling out the air and out the sky and everywhere. Mm-hmm. You're looking at each and every one. Reason being, how we getting the 1,000 numbers? I already said you're looking at 60 numbers on each column. It's 12 columns, all right? 12 times 60. Let me make sure it's lined up so you can see what I'm talking about. Oops, I just kicked it. Yeah, that's how that goes. You know, I'm the cameraman, so y'all don't fire my cameraman. I'm the cameraman, okay? Now, 12 times 60 gives you 720 numbers. Okay, beat that, child. 12 columns, you got 760 of those 1,000 you're looking at. Now, also, you got doubles. You got, that comes 3 different ways. Those 10 numbers come 3 different ways. You got 30 numbers you're looking at. But you got 9 of them. You got the triples here that only can come one way. You can only get 10 of those. Now, 9 times 30 gives you 270. You see that magical numbers? I like that. When I seen that and figured that out, I'm like, ooh, there's something magical about that to me. 720 plus 270 gives you 990. Easy math, add up. I love easy math. I only got through pre-algebra, and that's as far as I wanted to go. I'm telling y'all, as far as I wanted to go with math, and I got through it. Okay? Now, and it didn't take me have to have no trigonometry to put this together, believe me. So you got the 10 straight triples, and you had 10 to the 990. You got that 1,000 numbers, man. I was hopping up and down for joy. I said, oh, I can add a little bit. Now, this 1 in the 1,000 ain't gonna never change. Okay? Ain't gonna never change. And these numbers, the numerical order, working by the law of average, ain't gonna never change. You only gonna get a third of those 1,000 numbers if you played a different number every day for the year. Here, reality check. You got 1,000 numbers. 365 days in a year. Okay? But those 365 days in a year, if you play a different number every day, you still got 635 numbers you ain't gonna touch. You ain't gonna have no idea why you're playing them, unless you're using this sheet and you actually tracking them. If you ain't got an actual one way to check them 1,000 numbers, you ain't gonna know why you playing your number. And if you don't know why you playing your number at the PICK-3 in the glass strategy, you shouldn't be playing the number. That's all I can tell you. You do what you want to do. But this has changed the game for me. It changed the game for me greatly. Okay. Another beautiful thing about all this beautiful stuff here, that as I was putting it together and looking at it and playing and actually winning better, I'm gonna say that. And I say, oh man, each one of these columns got its opposite and mirror in it. That's when I was a little bit more advanced and losing so much money. I had to hurry up and get me some real good knowledge, and I started learning about mirrors and opposite numbers before I came up with my sheet. I said, oh man, look at this. This is good. So this is how you work the mirrors. I'm gonna explain mirrors to you because you need to know that and understand it if you're a beginner. And if you've been around a long time and if you don't know what mirrors and opposite is, then how you doing? I'm here to teach you. Okay? So here it is. You got 1,000 numbers. Okay? You're dividing them in half. Okay? Let's say the top numbers is 000 to 499. And the bottom number on this number line is 500 to 999. That's your 1,000 numbers. So we say the top numbers is opposite of the bottom number, and the bottom numbers are opposite of the top numbers. Okay, they say a 0 opposite 5, a mirror of a 5. And a 5 is a mirror of 0. 1 is a mirror of a 6, 6 is a mirror of 1. 2 is a mirror of 7, 7 is a mirror of 2. 3 is a mirror of 8, 8 is a mirror of 3. 4 is a mirror of a 9, 9 is a mirror of 4. And the other terms you can say is same as or opposite. It's the mirror, it's the same as the or opposite. Some people on YouTube say they the flip of. Those are two different terminology on PICK-3. And that's very confusing because it had me all screwed up when people were saying flips. I started off with my channel interchanging flips and mirrors, and they're totally opposite. Don't let that confuse you, because I don't want to confuse you, but I'm gonna stick on this. But don't look up flips and make sure you understand the difference between flips and mirrors, okay? Because I don't want to get on that line and start confusing people. Okay, but if you don't know, just put in the comment and I'll explain it to you in the comment. Different between flips and mirrors, okay? Now, say you play 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7, they just played the opposite number of what you was playing. Okay, because reason, 0 mirrors a 5, 5 mirrors a 0, 1 mirrors a 6, 6 mirrors a 1, 2 mirrors a 7, 7 mirrors a 2. That's what happens. Then, let's say you played 7, 8, 9, and the lottery played 2, 3, 4. They just played the mirror of what you was playing. Now, that's the beauty of this sheet, because this sheet's got all the numbers opposite and mirroring each other. Each column, each double, got all the numbers that mirror and opposite each other. Can't beat that, folks. All at a glance. The power is in your hand. You ain't got to guess on nothing, unless you ain't got nothing to do, or you pick one of the numbers with your eyes closed. That's all I can tell you. That's all I'm gonna say, y'all. This is too easy. Okay, now, what you got here, remember I said 0, 1, 2? The mirror of that 0, 1, 2 is 5, 6, 7. This 1, 2, 3, the mirror of it is 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth on each column. 0, 1, 3, the mirror it is 5, 6, 8. 5 mirrors a 0, 0 mirrors a 5, 1 mirrors a 6, 6 mirrors a 1, 3 mirrors a 8, 8 mirrors a 3. You know why that's powerful? Say you got one of these columns that ain't, and you've been tracking, and you got a column which will happen. Might not hit in 3 months or 4 months, and as you have marked off some of the numbers on this column, and you see that the 016 and this mirror, 012, I'm talking a little fast, forgive me. The 012 and its opposite, the 567, ain't hit. You definitely want to play those two, working by law average. Because 9 out of 10, you got the top and the bottom half of the 1,000 that didn't play. You can get a column that ain't played in 4 months, and it's not a regular, but if you track it, you're going to see it. You ain't guessing it. You have the 012, which happens to me. The 123, the 567, and the 678 don't show up. You're definitely going to play those 4. But me, normally, I'll play the whole column. If I find a column I ain't played 4 months, when I hit, I know where to go get my number. I'll play this whole column straight box. And depends on how much money I got, I might play a $1 straight 50-cent box for a couple of days. Or if I'm on it, I'm going to play it for 3 months. I'll play it for as long as it takes to it is. That's why I say play them till they come make that money, y'all, because I know why I'm playing the numbers. I ain't guessing my numbers. None of them. But play responsibly. And you can do it because you track the actual numbers. You don't want to cut back on playing because you ain't just pulling numbers. And then when you miss a number, you're all mad because you don't even know why you was playing the number in the first place. That's what happened to me. I'm laughing at, he laughing at y'all. I'm laughing at me. When I'm laughing at y'all, I ain't laughing at y'all. I'm laughing at the stuff I used to do. Okay? Because it's funny to me. But when I got this here going, I just hit the 323. I showed y'all. I just called it out. And I ain't telling my people play no numbers midday and evening. I ain't tracking midday. I'm tracking evening. Evening is hitting because I'm tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, and I know why I'm tracking. Now, don't get it twisted. You ain't going to be able to play all these 1,000 numbers. You ain't going to be able to play, but you can track them and put them in order, like I say. If you know this column ain't hitting 4 months, and you see the 012 and a 567 didn't play, it's going to be your 2 numbers to play. If you don't play the whole column, 50-cent box or $1 box, but you playing the actual numbers. You ain't pulling numbers from everywhere in all different arrangements. Look, if you play, you use the date sums, the grids, the flip, multiple different numbers. When they get through, they got a whole bunch of different numbers in any kind of order that they know where you're going to know why you playing those numbers. Nobody in nobody's state, nobody country, nobody in the world don't know how they playing and why. I've been there and I'm doing it. I've done it. This here you're gonna always know, and it's gonna be in order where you can see it. Off this one sheet, it's a good 90% of what you're gonna need to know to get in the winner circle. And I'm you know, this is a gift. Okay, it was a gift to me. I'm sharing it with the world. I always want to know how I'm gonna share this. And guess what, y'all? I'm here sharing it on YouTube. My buddies almost laughed me out their house when I told them I was going to get on YouTube and start showing this thing. They said, what you know about some YouTube? It's 70 years old plus. I said, I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot. Okay? And I'm giving it a shot, y'all, so bear with me. Bear with me, all right? I'm trying to, I want you all not to go through what I went through with this PICK-3. Because PICK-3 is the only one I do. Because PICK-3 is teachable, trackable, and doable. And it's got the best odds. It's got 30% of a chance for you of winning the numbers. The PICK-4, 1 in 10,000 odds, only got like a 0.3% chance of you winning. And Lord help you what the odds is with a PICK-5. PICK-3 is where I put my money in. That's why I got a little extra money. And at my age, I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I don't chase women. So I got a little extra money I can lose. That if I have to, but I'm in good shape, y'all. Believe me. I'm getting on this crazy soapbox, but I'm gonna go on, y'all. I'm going on with this. I'm going on. I feel good about this. I like this. I can share something with somebody that I got faith in, and I understand, and I can explain it. Like I said, I can explain this in 30 minutes to anybody. All my strategies. I got 3 more strategies after this I'm gonna show you, and they're all simple, but they're all very powerful if you use it. And if you're losing your money and you don't use it, then just put a comment in there and tell me why you ain't using it and you losing your money. Then I might agree with you. Okay, but I don't know. But you show me where your guess is better than this. The track the actual 1,000 numbers. Please let me. I want to be the first to know. Just comment me, do something. Come knock on my door and tell me what you got going on. All right, now let me get out. Now this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to show you the other 3 simple strategies. Simple. And when you comment, this strategy number 1, okay, right here, the master sheet is strategy number 1. These here, let me make sure you can see them. Let the cameraman line it up here for a minute. That looks pretty good. All right, yeah, I think I got everything going there. Now, and I put this together, y'all. Y'all like this? It's pretty neat, ain't it? I put all this together. I ain't no engineer, nothing neat, man. I don't know. I just put it together. Just came to me. This board and all this, I all put it together. Now look, strategy number 2. When you make comments, say strategy 2. I'll know what you're talking about. Strategy 3. I'll know what you're talking about. Strategy 4. I'll know what you're talking about. All right. Just got a comment today. Somebody thought that strategy 2 and strategy 4 were the same. They're totally different. Okay, 2 and 4 is different. Each one of these strategies is different. So this here is to track the single pairs, which is powerful. You know how long it took a pair to hit. Last year I had a 38 pair didn't hit in 128 days, but I hit it when it came. I didn't carry it that long. But you always have your eye on the numbers to hit. When you hit, you ain't guessing. 38 pair left, and I hit it, 38. Okay? Didn't hit in 120 days. Who would have thunk it? Right now, I'm tracking a 92 back pair that ain't hit in 2 years. How you gonna know that with tic-tac-toe, take some grids and all those different? But it's not hard to do with the PICK-3 at a glance system. Because you're just glancing at the paper and looking and following them as you mark them off. Ain't no tic-tac-toe, date, some grids, and none of that. All you're doing is just marking off numbers. I'm going to show you. Okay, the 3, 2, 3 that came in, what you want to do is do the 23 and the 33 double. The 23 and the 33 double. All right? That's because you got only two numbers that are different. Now, if you say you had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you're going to do the 12, the 13, and the 23. Because you got 3 different numbers, okay? 12, 13, and 23. If a triple comes in, like what triple we have already this year? I can't, let's see, what triple? I'm just going to make a triple anyway. Say triple 2s. I think it was triple 0s is the only one that came in evening. Yeah, I know it's triple 0s. Triple 0s, you're just going to mark off the 2 zeros for the triples. That's for single pair, okay? That's what you're looking for. It's a single pair that ain't fail, so that you can make that single pair if you do a wheel on it. Let's say that the 12 didn't come in for a month. If I'm playing it and I need to look at pairs I want to play, I'll do a wheel on it, and I'll play it as 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, all the way down to 1, 2, 9. See what I'm saying? 50-cent box or whatever, just to get enough change to keep me in the game if I need be. Or if I know, like I told you, that 38 didn't fall for 120 days, I'd run that all straight box. But, okay, I'd run that all straight box. But I use the front pair and back pair to really know how to run it. Okay, I'm going to get to that front pair and back pair to know what way I'm going to run that, okay? And I'm explaining that front pair and back pair to you in a minute, though. So that's how I would do that, okay? Just like that. That's why it's important for you to know where your single pairs are at, okay? Always. You need to know what, this here tells you where every number is at. It's going to tell you where your single pair, it's going to tell you where your front pair, back pair is, it's going to tell you where your single digit is, it's going to tell you what column your number's falling off of. Your numbers are falling off of. Another thing, this here is my single number positioning. Okay, what it is, like this 323 that just came in, I'm going to mark the 3 off on the front, the 2 in the middle, and the 3 on the end. Okay, you got that? Now at the end of the month, let's say after I've marked all these numbers, when the numbers come in, you're gonna have maybe you might have 1 left, you might have 2 left at different positions, but at least you know where they are. Usually, what I look for, if one of these numbers didn't play on the front or one didn't play on the back, I'll do the wheel on it like I was saying here. On that, I really don't play if a number don't fall in the middle. In the wheel, let's say, like here, this 192 is my daily number, carry number. This momoneyterry going to the main number. Yeah, baby, that's the number. Yeah, when y'all see that number fall into the evening, just clap and just hit the thing. Congratulate me. I ain't gonna take no bows, but you know where I'm coming from. Okay, right here, look, there's 192. That 92 ain't fell on the back in 2 years. I'm still, look, I know that normally on average, within 14 to 15 months out, that one of that front or back gonna fall. But this one ain't fell. I'm beginning to think something wrong with that computer system. I really am. But I'm playing it. I'm playing it till it comes. Okay? I'm doing the wheel on it, just like I tell you about this 120, I'm playing 092, 192, 292, 392, 492, all the way down. But here, let me get back on track. I don't want to confuse y'all. For confusion, you let me know. If I'm talking too fast, whatever. I got thick skin. You ain't gonna make me go to my room and cry. None of that stuff. I'm a big boy now. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Okay. Now, this is what we have. When you get through marking them off, hear me good now. Whatever number you have left that you didn't mark off, you know where to put your number. Okay, say I didn't mark this 2 off for the month. And I know 192 is my number to play. I'm definitely going to play it as 219 straight box and 291 straight box to hit them straight. See, all this is going to empower you to hit straight without guessing. Because you're going to know everything about the numbers. So I definitely play 192, 219. That's my daily carry number. As I'm tracking, I'm looking and 291. And say the 1, well, I'm going to leave it like that. And if you got any questions, you'll see what I'm saying. If it don't fall on whatever number you're playing, this is why it's important for you to know what number fell in the middle did fall. You don't really want to say just play a cold single number. Just play that cold single number. You want to match this number with a number that you play. You want to match these with a number that you plan so you'll know where to play your number if the 2 didn't fall on the front. You're just going to switch off, play your regular number, but play 219 and 291. Now here's the base. This is a yearly. You're going to check this off yearly. Okay? Or the 6 months. But you need to further, if you're tracking and eliminate numbers to go back to January to catch your sheet up, if you got a lot of numbers left, that means you got to go back further. And the more numbers you eliminate, the more you're going to be able to see the play that's left over. Because remember, we working off what's left. We ain't trying to, hit what's already came. As numbers 1 are out, you're going to be able to see them. Them the ones you're going to hit. That's how I hit the 323 and the 400 and 044. And I've hit 10 times this month now, I'm telling y'all. I ain't trying to brag about this because I'm tracking the actual numbers. Some in the hundreds of dollars, some in the hundreds of dollars, some $50, but I've done pretty good. Okay? Now here, with this 323, 3-2 on the front, you're going to go to 3-2 on the front, mark it off, and 2-3 on the back. You're going to go to 2-3 on the back and mark it off. That's powerful because as you go through the year, as long as you're playing, and you marking off the front and back pair, whatever front pair and back pair, you know what's left. You ain't guessing. So let's say I'm gonna do a triple, for example. I don't play triples all year. I don't chase no triples. I only play triples if they ain't filled up to December. Then I'll look at playing some triples. November, December. That's the only time I play triples. If they don't hit by December, 9 out of 10, I won't play them. I might play them in January. I ain't sure. But if I got the BC and what's hadn't hit on the front pair and back pair. Let's say 000 didn't fall on the front. I mean, 00 didn't fall on the front, and 00 didn't fall on the back. Because these numbers are the same, top and bottom. Then I'm gonna play 000. It makes sense. If the 00s ain't fell on the front all year, and in your state, and 00s ain't fell in the back all year, they call me. I'll play them for you. I'll play them for you. But the likelihood of 000s coming is a given. Or if 111 front and 111 back ain't fair, call me. I'll play the 111s for you. I tell you, I'll play them for you. That's how I just won in 2022. I hit the 888s. 8 front hadn't back and 8 back hadn't failed. But I don't play them all year. I read these numbers and let them tell me pretty much what triple to play. Now, the beauty of this, you can always make numbers up. Say, and that's how I made them. Let's say the 30 front didn't fall and the 03 back didn't fall all year. My number is 0303. And see, these numbers that don't hit, you're going to transfer them over into the next year. Now, you'll carry these over into the next year. Because by law average, they're going to show up. All right? I used to start all over from scratch. After filling this sheet out, I used to start all over from scratch. And as I start the next year, like 2024, I would have started all this new. I said, and then I started realizing that the numbers that didn't fall last year was hitting the next year. And that's when I started really getting more in the winner circle. Because I said, oh man, that's how it works. Because I was always thinking they starting over new, but that ain't how it goes. The law average ain't starting over new. Them numbers got to roll out because they all got to change positions. Okay? Pretty much. The 6 ways that a single can come, any single, those numbers throughout the year change positions. Same way with those. The 3 ways that it can come, those numbers change position like this. I'm going to use the doubles example. 2 going to change position and not be on the front and be in the middle. Let me do this better. Let's do this better right here. 3, 2, let me just erase this here. Make it easy, y'all. 3, 2, 3 came in, right? 2 through the year, or how long it might take a while. 2, 3, 3 on the doubles especially. It's gonna change position, and then it's gonna change the up position of 3, 3. Oops. I said 3 instead of 2 there. How you do that? 3, 3, 2. See, they all have to change positions. The same way on the singles that the 6 way they can come, they have to change positions. It could take 3 years for those numbers to change position and change their way out. You know that in Missouri, that 356 that just failed? I'm pretty sure that thing hadn't failed since 2005. Because I got data all the way back to 2005. So if you ain't tracking numbers and you're paying that 3, 5, 6, you wasted your money. You can't waste your money this way by tracking because you know what ain't failed and have failed. You don't know what have failed and what haven't failed. Front pair and back pair, you're going to always know what failed and what haven't failed. Single digit, you're going to always know what failed and what haven't failed. Let me take this down from now for y'all right quick. And the baby here, my PICK-3 glass sheet, you're going to always know what failed and what haven't failed. Just looking at 22 little baby columns. Can't get no simpler than this, y'all. Can't get no simpler. And some of y'all, the numbers going to line up right in your states already people are hitting thousands on me. Okay, because I'm getting, they let me know. But the thing is, they track it and they're doing the work. They're beginning to understand the strategy that you got to know why you plan your numbers in order to win and get in the winner circle. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of folks with this PICK-3 game dying on the vine with these random numbers that they're giving out. But I'll be here to stay because I can explain it, and I ain't gonna tell you to play no random numbers, and I ain't gonna sit up here and tell you I'm playing your numbers when I gave you everything you need to do it for yourself. If you can't do it for yourself, I don't do no time as far as checking numbers for no states because I know what's involved. Nobody got time. Ain't nobody can track all these different states and say what's coming in a state. I don't even think if they had a computer to do it with, unless they have my strategy. Now, if they put my strategy together, which I'm thinking, I'm trying to hope to put it together on my app somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. They're like, I didn't know how I'm gonna do this. Where you just put the number in and it does all the steps for you that I'm going through right now for your state. Man, that be to catch me out. Oh, that be to catch me out. Oh, that be to catch me out. That's thinking ahead. Might be able to do it maybe another 7 years. That'd be my second lifetime, I think, y'all. But let me get off here, y'all. Family, I enjoyed being with you today. And like I always say, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless.
All right. Do I have anybody on here that have any questions about the PICK-3 at a glance strategy or PICK-3 in general? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You can say hi if you want to get the chat started. Any questions about what you just seen? Okay. Okay, here. Let's see. And in Michigan, they have one pair ain't fail midday. Tomorrow be a year. If it don't fall, well, it didn't fall today. And if it don't fall tomorrow, it'd be a year. The one pair. So if I was in Michigan, that would definitely be my number. And everything with a 1-1 rundown. Let's see what I'm looking for here. I should be able to find. I should have a link to it. Tell you when you start doing this, you put up so much videos and shorts and all that stuff. It accumulates so fast. Let's see. It's almost hard to keep them set up. Pick 3 naysayers, put up or shut up.
PICK-3 naystars put up or shut up.
Okay. Pick 3 $500 jackpot naysayers, put up or shut up.
PICK-3 $500 jackpot.
And here's a short. It has some naysayers that don't was questioning if my system worked. So I put together a short, but I know that it works if you work. So they want to know how often I win and stuff like that, and if I win. And on average, I win 3 to 4 times out of a month. That's on average. But it's pretty much how you build your strategy and how you place your bet to win and how you play. And basically, what you want to do is when you know what the numbers are and you didn't track them down, you'll know what numbers to bet the heaviest on. Okay? So I'm in Illinois evening draw, and that's what I play. And this is one of the jackpot checks that they sent me for September
All right, Pick-3 Glance family, OPPB.
that came in.
Be persistent
So
with a budget,
the strategy works.
responsibly. Okay, and don't play out of need or greed. Play for fun. Play for fun. It'll be more advantageous. You'll enjoy it, and I think you're gonna win more. Just study and track the numbers. Study more than you play. And here's to all the naysayers that think that momoneyterry and Pick-3 at a glance don't know what they're talking about when they can either put up or shut up. And here is from the Illinois lottery again. This is a $500. So I do win jackpots, okay? And here's my personal information is covered up from the Illinois lottery. There's the check number, the date. The date is September 18th, 2025 for this month. Okay? And I'm telling you how many checks I got, but I'm showing you one. Okay? See here? And the amount, $500. With a U.S. payment through U.S. Bank. Okay. All right. So, anybody want to say what a check is? Now they say the checks are fake, but that's okay. You know, I ain't too much worried about what they say. Tell me shut up, put up. That's all I know. All right. So, like I always say, play them till they come, make the money, y'all. Peace and love, God bless. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be back in to Lucky Town. Look, this is the way to go. Track the numbers. Track the numbers.
Okay, any questions, anybody, on the Pick-3 at a glance strategy?
OPPB,
Okay. Well, I think there was enough there to show everybody. That the strategy works, and all you got to do is track your numbers for your state and see what they're actually doing. And once you start tracking and seeing what the numbers are actually doing, how long it actually takes for a number to hit, realizing that numbers can take 60 to 90 days to come out, 120 days. Like I said, Michigan pair, like I said, I haven't seen that since I've been tracking. Like the 1-1 pair hasn't came out. Tomorrow be for a year. If I was everybody in Michigan, I'll save every ticket that I did a 1-1 pair on. That's all I can say. It's the only good suggestions I can give you. To me, it's way off to me the law average somehow. Might not be. You might find somewhere else where in another state, a pair hasn't played in almost a year. I know it's not way off for a double pair maybe not to play, because any number, a PICK-3 number, any of them. Where's it at? Up here in it. Where's my pen at? Pen off here. I put it in my pocket. What happened to? Oh, I did. Any number, like if you play 1, 2, 3, any PICK-3 number can take 15 years and not play. I had 574, 160, and 192. I think them 3 numbers in Missouri didn't fall for like 15 years. So anything's possible when the numbers are random. That's why I say don't play responsibly. Don't burn your money up. See what's going on with the numbers before you invest kind of heavily with them. And when you need to back off from playing them, back off until you see what the numbers are actually doing. Don't until you can see, and you'll see what they're doing for your state. All the numbers, you have to separate midday from evening, evening from midday, and all the draws from each other. Texas got 4 draws, so you have to track all 4 of them different. But I'm in Michigan now, and I keep saying as soon as I get a chance to play it online, I'll be playing Michigan online just for the ones, period. Midday. So that's to me just I'm gonna track it until I see what's going on with it. So like I always say, play them till they come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you track it, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town. I don't think I have anything else to give. Hope everybody's preparing for a happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays because I used to rent a hall for all the family, and there's a bunch of us, to this weekend coming up. All of us would meet, everybody come from out of town and everything. I guess it was like a family reunion, and we all meet every pre-Thanksgiving. because you cook it anyway. So everybody would bring in what they were cooking and bring pot candy and everything, and all our kids and family would all be in a big old hall and celebrate Thanksgiving together. And then when Thanksgiving Day come, you could pick who you wanted to go visit. Somebody probably that didn't make the party or something. But everybody used to try to make it on Thanksgiving Day, and I would be burnt out on Thanksgiving Day and still didn't want to see everybody I wanted to see. So I said, okay, we're going to do this different. We're going to throw a Thanksgiving for everybody the weekend before the Thanksgiving. And we did that for years and years, and it was a beautiful thing because all the family knew the weekend before Thanksgiving, even when they came out of town, they could come to St. Louis and see all the family. So again, like I say, play them till they come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you track it, you'll soon be packing. Good luck at down.